Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the ticket prices of Europe's biggest clubs in their domestic leagues and in European competitions. We'll see how much fans have to pay to watch their team both in league matches and in European Cup games. First of all, I should mention this. While selecting the teams to include in this comparison, I focused on the biggest clubs in their countries, teams that play in the Champions League almost every year. Otherwise, this list could have been much longer. All the data is based on information provided on the official websites of the clubs. However, some clubs did not have certain details available at the time I prepared the video. For example, if a club didn't have home Champions League tickets on sale, I couldn't include those prices. With this information in mind, we will interpret the club's ticket price policies together. Before getting into the video, I want to say this. As you'll see shortly, I gathered this information with great care. I hope you'll show your appreciation by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Enjoy the video in advance. We start with Real Madrid. The first picture shows the ticket prices for the upcoming La Liga match between Real Madrid and Celta Vigo. The cheapest ticket behind the goal is 60 euros, but if you want to watch from the main stand, you'll have to pay 92 euros. In the Champions League, the Real Madrid's next match will be against Manchester City. For this match, tickets behind the goal cost 74 euros and the main stand price is 112 euros. For the Barcelona-Alaves match, not all seats are listed as available on the official website, but based on the available prices, the cheapest behind the goal ticket is 109 euros and the main stand price is 169 euros. The Champions League ticket prices are not shown on the official site. But for the next relatively important match against Atletico Madrid, watching from behind the goal starts at 169 euros and from the main stand at 179 euros. Now let's examine the Premier League teams in order. Before moving on, it's important to mention this. Premier League ticket prices vary depending on the opponent and the importance of the match. For example, matches against Champions League opposition or the Big Six are classified as Category A, while league matches against other teams are usually Category B, and local cup matches or games against lower-profile opponents are Category C. Some clubs extend these categories all the way from A to G. Let's start with Manchester City. For Category A matches, they've set prices between £40 and £60. For Category B, prices range from £35 to £55. The first photo for Liverpool shows the stadium and the stand classifications. Since it's nearly impossible to see the pitch properly from the main stand upper, we take the Anfield Road stand as the baseline for the lowest price, which is £30. The categories that could be considered main stand start from the dark green section, so we accept the main stand price as £55. Arsenal also categorizes its matches by importance, as we know. In the table you see on the screen, you can find which matches fall under each category. For a Category A match, the behind-the-goal ticket price is £58.5, while the main stand price is £72.60. For Category B, behind-the-goal tickets cost £33.60 and main stand tickets cost £42.68. Chelsea has categorized matches as A, B, and C, as you can see on the screen, and they've announced an extra pricing system for Champions League matches. We will use Category A prices as the baseline. In the shed lower section, a league match costs £60, while watching from the east upper costs £67. If you're a Chelsea fan and want to watch your team in the Champions League, these prices increase to £66 and £78. Tottenham has also published a pricing system with 3 categories, A, B, and C. For Category B, watching behind the goal costs £40.50, while the main stand price is £46. If you want to attend a Champions League match, likely a Category A fixture, you'll have to pay between £58 and £63. Now moving on to Bayern Munich. Looking at the seating layout of the Allianz Arena, we see that there are sections where you can watch a match for as low as 15 euros. But if you want to move to the main stand, you'll need to pay 67.5 euros. As seen on the screen, they have separate pricing for Champions League matches. Using the lower table, the prices come out to 19 euros and 77.5 euros. Borussia Dortmund has published prices for 17 league games and 4 Champions League matches, including matchday single-ticket prices. We will use the single-ticket prices, As shown in the seating layout, the stadium is divided into categories, and we'll be looking at Category 6 and 5 seats. In Category 6, the price is €35, while Category 5 main stand costs €47. We move on to Italy, starting with Inter. Although not all seats are available on the ticket page, the cheapest league ticket costs €65, while switching to another stand costs €120. If you want to watch Inter in the Champions League, for example, against Liverpool, prices start at €89 and go up to €160 for the main stand. For Juventus, the behind-the-goal league ticket costs €25, while the main stand ticket costs €40. Their Champions League prices are also quite reasonable, ranging between €25 and €32. To watch Porto in a league match, the cheapest ticket costs €14, but if you want to upgrade to a side stand, you'll need to pay €22. For Champions League matches, these seats cost €16 and €28, respectively. Now for Galatasaray. Looking at the seating layout, we take Category 11, the cheapest behind-the-goal section, and Category 8, the cheapest side stand. After converting the Turkish lira prices to euros, the prices come to €30.5 and €101.7. For the Champions League, these are €40.6 and €203. For Ajax, their website shows mostly a single general price category, so we take the listed price as €23.10. Let me briefly explain the table. The first two columns contain the team names and logos. Columns 3 and 4 include the lowest league ticket prices for behind-the-goal and main stand sections. Columns 5 and 6 show the lowest Champions League ticket prices for the same sections. The seventh column shows the cheapest way to watch your team throughout the season. The final column shows the average cost of attending one league match and one Champions League match in both categories. We can call this the team viewing cost. One note: although the Premier League prices were originally in pounds, I converted all currencies to euros in the table to avoid confusion. Now let's discuss the table a bit. The first striking prices belong to Barcelona. Considering Messi is no longer at the club, these prices seem a bit high to me. Watching the Atletico Madrid match from a side stand starts at €179. Real Madrid is also not cheap. Watching Real Madrid in the Champions League seems like a luxury for Spaniards. After the Spanish teams, English clubs are relatively more reasonable. Although the difference is not huge, you can attend a league match for around €35 to €40, even if behind the goal. Champions League matches are slightly more expensive, but you'll only pay an additional €10 to €20. Bayern Munich, which has dominated the Bundesliga for years, has a very wide price range. You can watch a league match from behind the goal for €15, but switching to the side stand costs almost €50 more. The same applies to Champions League pricing. In Italy, Inter is extremely expensive, while Juventus appears more affordable. Like Bayern Munich, changing stands is also costly for Galatasaray fans. Especially for Champions League matches, attending the game in the stadium can get quite expensive. Ajax and Porto, however, offer fairly reasonable prices to their fans. Now let's rank the teams by price. Whether we're talking about league matches or Champions League matches, Barcelona clearly has the most expensive tickets and sits atop the list. Due to Galatasaray's extremely high Champions League prices, their average for the 4 tickets places them second behind Barcelona. Inter and Real Madrid come next with similar pricing, followed by the English clubs. All right, everyone, we've gone through all the prices. Do you think these prices are expensive or reasonable? If expensive, which team's ticket prices do you think are too high? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you found this information useful and want to see more, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.